Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, this video we're going to be hitting up the second part of the STK chain, or the Chanticleer, which is the Caverns of Shaagh. So we're going to just jump right into it. Again, if you were just completing the first part, you can actually go again through the door to get into it, or if you happen to recall out, you can just step in right again through the same entrance here to get back in. Now again, the STK chain is phenomenal experience. Like, as you can see, like, there's an optional, almost 1,000 experience there. Then, 8,000 experience for the actual quest. By the time we're done, we're gonna get a nice chunk. But as you can see, again, 75 hobgoblins is a lot, so it is a fair bit longer quest. All right. So the first thing that you're going to want to do for full completion is, once you walk in, obviously clear the enemies here first and foremost. Alright, once they're clear, you're actually going to want to head left to this gate up here. Now there are two ways of opening that gate. You can actually drop down and pull that lever, or if you jump just right here, you can actually just interact with the door itself to open up. In here it does have a few of the witch doctors, which is a new optional that will pop up. Not as much as the Slay 75, but still a very nice amount for the amount of extra effort that you got to put into it. Once we've done that, we're going to want to head to the east here. And this path is a little bit longer. As you can see, there is some traps in here. Unfortunately, nothing that we can disable. I do believe. Just gonna give it a quick check. Yeah, so this one here, not disableable, though it generally doesn't go off. Again, this one just has another one of those witch doctors. Once we've gone down both those paths, all that's left is actually to head on down. So you can either hop down, or they do have a ladder on this side. Again, you can just hop down there as well. Any which way you can devise to get down here. Alright, then you want to continue east down the path. There's a lot of east in this one. There's also a fair amount of up as well. So again, we're going to start by going up these little staircases. Kill the enemies here. Of course, grab our breakables and our collectible. And here we actually have a closed door. Now there's two ways. If you have the jump, you can actually just jump on over. Or of course you can pull the levers here, which open up the door temporarily. And all that's in here is actually a loot chest. So if you're not interested in it, like myself, I generally don't come down this path at all. No enemies, no optionals, not even a breakable. It's just the loot chest. From here we're going to continue heading up both the stairs and of course our ladder. Grabbing even more breakables. For again, heading left across the bridge. Now, right when you get off the bridge, if you head actually to the south around the right hand side, you do have again a nice cache of breakables. So if you are going for that breakable bonus, great little spot to hit. And then we're just going to continue again down the east path, which, as you see, does turn south, and it will turn again here. Just off to our east we have a shrine. Nice little rest spot here if you do require it. Now, once we get down here, you will see a bunch of kobolds milling around. Just like the other kobolds, they actually aren't interactable, so you can't target them, you can't kill them. They're just there. Once everything is dead, continue south and then west, which will eventually bring us to another little cavern here. Now this one here, we can actually head off in several directions. So first here, I'm just gonna take care of our enemies. As you can see, there is also a fair amount of breakables in this room. Now, the path that I normally take in here, once I get these guys down. So the path I normally take is I first head east, right off the main shaft here. This part is actually required, as there is a iron key that you do need to unlock the gate. That would be the river gate key. That one is actually just located right here in that chest. It also has two other optionals, one to kill earth elementals, and our first ogre here. So let's just stop and grab that key. I always forget the ogre has a couple of wolves right next to him. Alright, so we're gonna grab that river gate key. So the earth elemental spawns right here in this little nook. And then the ogre is just down here with those two wolves. Once you've gotten the key, we can exit here. And at this point, we don't actually need to go down the other path, other than the sake of getting full bonus and the optionals. However, again, all that is required is that key, and then you can hop down to that door right there. Alright, so we actually have a second ogre right around this corner. And again, it will have kobold blocking shots. It will have, again, a few wolves in there, and our luck, Carnage Reaper as well. I also want to point out, before we go any further, if we decide to go up right here, to where our first Carnage Reaper in this room was, first off, breakables, but we also have another shrine just on the other side of that door here. So again, if you do require a heal, there's another one right there. Alright. So if you're like me and like to collect all these collectibles, there is one actually up top there. Why it's not letting me climb on things. There we go. Usually you can jump on the battering ram here. Oh, there we go. For some reason it wants to keep me sliding off. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to continue heading north here. Again, this is for an optional aspect. It is not actually required to complete. Generally speaking, what happens is if you're in with a party, one or two members of the party will end up going this way, while one or two members of the party, or however you want to split it, go off the other path and get the key. That way, you know, you're consolidating time and really working it well. Alright, so here is our last ogre. And a chest. Now the chest is just a random generated chest. Okay, I shouldn't say random generated. The loot in that chest is random generated. The chest itself is always there. Alright, and now that we've gone through and done all the optionals in the main chamber here, all that's left is to hop down and go through the door. Now, in this next main room that we're going to come up against here, there will be enemies on a ledge and a ladder right there. If you choose to go for the ladder right away, that will continue the quest. However, just around the corner, and I do mean just, oh, we actually were able to hit him. So just around the corner, in the cave right there, there is our second and last elemental. So there he is, and again, a nice chunk of XP for that. Once he's dead, however, we can climb the ladder. And again, we have two paths to take. There's a ladder right here, which will allow us to continue, or the staircase here. So I'm actually going to head up the stairs with the Famine Reaper chasing us. So as you can see, as you get a few stacks of that Fear Reaper, it can start doing some damage. So generally speaking, you do want to kill the enemies like that as quick as possible. Now up here, there really isn't much to talk about, just a few breakables and again, a few more people to kill. However, it does give you a nice view of the enemies here. That way you can actually take them out before attempting to climb the ladder, making it in a way a little bit safer for you. And if you happen to have the jump, which I do not, you can actually make that jump right there and avoid climbing the ladder altogether and just jump right across. Now just to our north, again, we have a little small alcove with a chest and a collectible. The chest is again just randomly generated loot. And let's head some north. Or not north, but up. I guess north is kind of up if you're looking at a map. Alright, so down the path some more. More breakables, more hobgoblins. It's getting to be a theme in this quest. Round a bend, kill some hobgoblins, break some breakables, rinse, repeat, the quest is over. Alright, so at this point, as you can see, we do have ransack. There are still a fair amount of breakables left. Sorry, left after you get the last for your ransack. Alright, and once you cross that bridge, just to the north here, as we can see on the map, there are some shrines And just on the other side of this door, now this door is another time lock door, so it does only stay open so long, so we can't just open it up here and walk away in the hopes that if we die we can come back. The door does eventually close. Alright. So now all that's left, as the exit is just on the other side of this door, we just gotta head south. Now there is a lever here, as well as a lever just up there. What it is there's two sets of little security doors. As we start opening them up, this one, nothing much happens. However, once we open up this one, we actually kind of get locked in here for an X amount of time, or until we kill the enemies. So if you do happen to die, or if you're rushing ahead, you'll lock out your friends, as you can see. And it doesn't actually let you target that lever there, so they can't even get in to help you. So definitely recommend everybody is in before you start on this section. Now there is a fair amount of enemies here, both the wolves and hobgoblins. Once they all die, the door opens again, as well as it is on a timer. In here we do have a chest. Now inside this chest is a required item, which is our notes.
The note reads,
once we have that, it actually opens up this door that we were looking at earlier.
soon we use it to bargain with
And there we are. All we got left is to walk up. And that is part 2 of STK. As you see, a nice chunk of experience. This is definitely a quest that I always hit every run. Again, just a massive amount of experience, and it definitely helps. Alright, well, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Alright, have a good one all.